So let's take a look now at landing pages and forms. Really great, powerful area of our marketing automation module. Lots and lots of different uses for both the landing pages and forms. But here's an example of one that we actually use in production. And let's talk about what a landing page is and what it really isn't. A landing page typically are pages that have a single call to action, right? Like filling out a form. They are not typically standard web pages that have your menus at the top and 9 different buttons they can click on. A definition of a landing page is a very single purpose page with one or minimal calls to actions that you want people to take. Now, that doesn't always have to be true. That's just, a standard definition. You can take these landing pages and you can actually embed them right into pages on your website. So you do have all your menus and headers and footers, or you can let us host them. We host them in the Microsoft Azure environment, and you get a URL then that you use in your emails and so forth to direct traffic to those pages. Okay, so landing pages are included in the Pro and Premier level. They are not included in the basic level. You build your landing pages right in Power-CRM using our drag and drop page builder. And had some questions pop up here. I just want to take a few of those right now. Actually, one main question I want to take. The question was, can you use custom HTML in the templates? And I suppose you might be referring to email templates. You might be referring, Joe, to the landing page templates here. The answer is yes on all. You can have the custom HTML is just a little widget. If we go back over here to our system, we go down now to our forms and pages. And this is the same for an email template. You're going to find the exact same widget that you would use. So let's go ahead and open that up. Okay, so here is my landing page. Let's go ahead and open it up in the editor. And what we'll see here on the right is that you have a code widget. And when you pull that over into your landing page, you're able to then just insert your HTML code. So this is a good use of how to get, let's say, any tracking codes that you might use, Google Analytics codes, not just visual content. Of course, you can do that as well, but also for things like widgets that you want to use for different tracking purposes. Okay, so definitely, Joe, you can have HTML, custom HTML on any template, landing page, on a form, or on emails as well. We also have a feature called private landing page, and that's just a toggle that you set when you create the landing page. And what that allows you to do is hide it from search engines, right? So the only time that would have somebody discover that page or land on that page would be because you shared the URL. Otherwise, the URL could be discoverable through search engines. Sometimes you want that, right? If you're having an event that's open to the public, you might want that. If you're having a private event, you might not want search engines to find your page. So it's just a simple toggle that you have on the page template. Okay. So hosting options, landing page hosting is included, unlimited landing page hosting, by the way. As I mentioned, we host all the landing pages and forms on Microsoft Azure environment. So huge, well-tested cloud hosting environment. And you don't have to worry about capacity. You can have one, or you could have 100,000 landing pages. The hosting of all of those is included. You can also embed a landing page into your own website. So when you go to create the landing page, if we just pop back over here, close out of this one, and let me go in and create a new landing page. So we'll just go back here, click on new, give it a name, LP1. And let's hit save. Down here, you have the options then for how you would like to publish your page, actually. And one is that you embed it in your own website. So it'll generate the HTML script that you need to just simply copy and paste into a page on your website. We can create a pop-up, right? And that would allow you to embed it on your own page and have it be a pop-up, right? That's a great feature. Not a lot of marketing landing page designers have that feature, so that's a really nice feature. So when somebody visits the page, it will pop up the content of this page in a window over top of the page. And then finally, a dedicated page is where we host it for you, and we then provide you with a link. So if I go back here to a page that's already built, let's just go to request contact or product information here. Here's the link then that we generate. And if I just go out and I visit that page, you'll see it's a live, working, functional page, and we can, go ahead and fill in the content. Now notice that there's personalization here. That's an interesting feature. That allows you to personalize the content for the visitor. How would we know who the visitor is? Well, because we're driving them to the page from an email to a contact, right? So hopefully we know their first name. Best practice would be don't enter a contact without a first name or last name, right? So when they visit the page, it will personalize the page for each contact. Again, those personalization features are best practices, and they've been proven to improve your performance, whether it's an email, open rate, click rate, landing page here with a form. It improves the fills, right? The number of people that will actually fill out the form if you personalize it. So really, really good feature. The forms, the integrated forms component, these are commonly referred to as lead capture forms, and they are part and parcel to a landing page. So you have a landing page that has a form embedded into the page, and when somebody fills that out, it will check to see if the contact already exists in the Power-CRM database, and it does that by email address. So you always want email address field on your form. If it does, it will simply create a record called a form submission, and you can have an alert workflow that alerts either the account manager, the marketing team, whomever that's an existing contact filled out a form. Maybe it's to register for an event, attendance to an event. If it's not an existing contact, it will automatically create the contact, and it will create the form submission record as well. So we'll take a look at that in just a second here. So these forms are used for capturing contact info. You can also use these effectively to gate content, and we'll show you an example of how we're using a form to gate some content on our own site. In fact, many of you in the audience probably filled out this form when you went to watch the demo video that you probably watched on our site before registering to attend this live webinar. So you can also use these forms for event registrations if you have the premium level subscription. So that's not included with the pro or the basic level. Okay. You incorporate these into a landing page. You can also use them standalone, but most commonly they're used in a landing page. So let's pop over here and take a look at one of the pages with a form that we have. And let's go into edit. Really simple to create a landing page and a form. You can do it in literally a matter of a couple minutes. As I said before, it's the same editor experience, the same mobile preview, the same workspace here, your canvas and your tools over here. A few of the tools change a little bit, like question is where you have the ability to insert your fields from CRM, and you can promote any field you want in CRM to be available to be placed on your forms, or you can add custom fields as well. And you don't need to go anywhere else to add a custom field. You can do it right from here. You can give it a name and add your custom field from here, and it will automatically create that in the CRM system. So really, really easy, powerful, just an exceptionally easy tool to use for creating your landing pages and forms. You also then have your behavior that happens after they fill out the form. So do you want to display a message, a thank you message? Do you want to redirect them to another page? Are the main options here that you have after they fill out a form. So let's go ahead over and take a look at our form, which is right here. And it's not personalizing it from me because I didn't click on a link in an email to get to this form, right? I'm just doing it kind of here in testing, but let's go ahead and fill it out anyway. So let's go with Walt Whitman. And I don't know if I'm spelling that properly for the historic Walt Whitman or not. I apologize if I'm not. But let's just put Walt at history123.com. Just want to make sure it's not going to be a real email address, and then it's requiring a phone number as well. So we'll just put in a phone number here, and we'll go ahead and hit OK. And this particular form, the action or the message that we have it set to display versus going to another page, we have a message set to display, and it says thank you. Now, what happens here is if we go back over to our form, in just a couple seconds here, we'll see that there will be a submission record that got created, and right there it is. So instantly, almost in real time, you can see that the contact was created because it was not an existing contact in our system. So it tells me here that it created the contact. It also shows me what particular form this contact came from, the date and time it was created, the browser they used, their IP address, which is handy for a lot of different reasons, and some other info. If I click on Walt's contact record here to open up his contact, just open that up. On the marketing tab, as I said, you're able to look at all of the marketing info for this particular contact. So if I go over to marketing and I scroll down, we'll see that there's a form submission record that got created here underneath the form submissions. So your salespeople will see that as well. And of course, you can have workflow alerts that happen whenever a form is filled out as well. All right. So I said many of you probably already filled out a form, one of our marketing automation forms, our integrated forms. If you went to our Power-CRM website, power-crm.net, there's a button for view a demo, and we're going to go there in just a second. So if you want to see an example of a landing page and a form being used at scale in production, you could certainly go visit our page and check this out. But on the page, you'll see a view demo button. And when you brings up our form, and it simply asks for a business email address. And once you put that in and hit submit, then it allows you to go watch the video. Now, anybody paying attention out there? Do you remember what this is called when you're putting a form in front of a piece of content? Go ahead and type that into your question manager there. Jennifer's already got it. It's called gated content. You're absolutely right, Jennifer, sorry. It is called gated content. So you're gating a piece of content and asking them for some information prior to letting them access the content. It's called gated content. Very effective way of getting people to fill out a form. The other effective way is to put as few fields on a form as possible. You've probably heard that before, but that's why we only have one field here called business email. We also, in our form, do some checking in the background to make sure it is a business email. So if they fill it out and they put in a Gmail, or they put in a Hotmail, if that's still around, those Outlook.com, et cetera, it will not accept those submissions. It will come back and tell them that we require a business email address, which again is another best practice. So when someone fills out this form on our website, it gains them access to the demo video. It's a short 2-minute video. And like I said, if it is not an existing contact record in our system, then the contact record's created. If it is already a contact, then it will simply create the form submission record. And of course, then, like I said, you can have alerts that will tell you when somebody fills out a form. So over on the right, then I showed you that you see from the contact record all of the form submissions that are generated from that form, right? All the contacts that were created, et cetera. And we get a couple hundred of leads per week off of this submission out on our website. So if you'd like to check it out, see how it works from the visitor perspective, just go to www.power-crm.net and look for that view demo button in the upper right hand corner. I'm getting ahead of myself. Mouth is getting ahead of the brain. You'll be able to check that out. Go ahead and fill out the form, and it'll give you access to the video, and it would create a automatic contact or prospect record in our system. And then you'll start receiving automated emails in the form of a drip campaign, which is a subject that we're going to cover here in a moment.